Viral tonight at the same time the president's being blasted by members of his own party, in addition to members of the media and Democrats for targeting the press. So is it smart politics or will the fake news awards backfire? Let's bring in Dan Gaynor, the VP of Business and Culture at the Media Research Center, and Leslie Marshall, syndicated radio talk show host and a Fox News contributor. Welcome to you both.
Thank you.
Hi, Shannon.
All right, I'm assuming that you two have had a chance to look over the list. Not surprising that there are going to be a lot of jabs at the New York Times, at CNN, and others. Dan, any surprises for you or any additions you might want to make?
Oh, well, if I did the list, you'd have to add a couple digits. It would probably be the 1,000 or so, but I could certainly throw a few more at CNN. They already had 4. I'd give Jim Acosta one just for being a diva, Sanjay Gupta for refusing to accept the actual facts of the president's health, and Brian Stelter for pretty much everything he puts on his reliable sources show, where everything from pretending the president's crazy to whatever hyperbolic silliness he wants to jam on there.
All right, Leslie, your turn.
I wasn't surprised at the list, Shannon. Actually, I could have told you what it was and gone to Vegas, with that and won. But I would add actually the president himself for fake news. I think he had about averaging 5 non-facts a day that he was tweeting if we look over the past year. And I mean, whether it's not many people when it was 20 million with Obamacare to the biggest tax cut when that belongs to Reagan, the list goes on. So I would add the president himself to that list.
Okay, so now let's talk about this, because within the Republican Party, there are critics of what the president's doing who don't think he should be taking on the media. Let's talk about this op-ed that was written by Senator McCain. He said this: the phrase fake news, granted legitimacy by an American president, is being used by autocrats to silence reporters, undermine political opponents, stave off media scrutiny, and mislead citizens. And then there is this from Senator Jeff Flake on the Senate floor today. Here's what he said.
Mr. President, it is a testament to the condition of our democracy that our own president uses words infamously spoken by Joseph Stalin to describe his enemies.
All right, Dan, Senator Flake followed up later saying he's not comparing the two. Stalin was a murderer. This president isn't. But he was talking about the language that they use.
Of course he's comparing the two. To use the name Stalin in the context of Trump is so foul. I have family members who are Ukrainian Americans. Stalin not only killed 25 million people, but the Holodomor genocide of Ukrainians is not very much reported, not very much remembered. But to make that comparison to a dictator just because he doesn't like Trump's tweets is utterly insane. The person who needs the mental health test here is not Donald Trump, it's Jeff Flake.
I don't think that's going to happen, so I will not stand by for that. But speaking of the health test, we want to talk about the fact that the president's physician, and he was, I believe, appointed by President Obama. He's done many of these presidential checkups and that kind of thing. Had so many good things to say, but they just couldn't accept it. In fact, he was asked point blank yesterday, does the president have a heart disease? He said, no, he does not have heart disease. And then we get this from CNN's Sanjay Gupta, who is a doctor.
There's no question that, by all standards, by all metrics, any way a doctor or cardiologist would look at it, the president does have heart disease.
Now, Leslie, his physician said yesterday, who's actually examined him, he doesn't. And yet the mainstream media cannot seem to accept that. Your take?
Well, first of all, I always have a problem. My husband and I talk about this, and he's a physician. Physicians that have opinions on patients they've never met, they've never touched, they've never examined. So I have a problem with that because Sanjay Gupta did not. How can you diagnose a patient when it's never been a patient of yours? And certainly the president has not been seen by Sanjay Gupta. However, we also don't see any president's physician at the White House, regardless of what party the president belongs to, coming out and saying, I'm a little concerned about this or that. I think some people are concerned, as anyone should be, if somebody's overweight, has a bad diet, and has high bad cholesterol, as the president does. But that is not indicative of heart disease. Heart disease is measured by many other factors. So I was very shocked, quite frankly, that Sanjay Gupta said that because he never examined the president.
All right, and quickly, Dan, I mean, he did say maybe cut back on the KFC and maybe we're going to get him to do some more exercise. So he did say there's room for improvement.
Yeah, but then you see Morning Joe, becoming a girther truther, and, all sorts of left-wing websites pretending that Trump is not the height or the weight he is, and questioning a doctor who's both a rear admiral and was Obama's personally appointed physician, yet the media still want to question. Basically, they won't accept any fact for the Trump administration.
Well, yeah, and I'm surprised that none of them got added to the awards that were given out tonight based on the press conference yesterday. But maybe the awards were already decided, or maybe the president felt good about what happened yesterday. All right, Dan and Leslie, great to see you both.
Thank you very much.
You too, Shannon. Thank you.
All right, no fake news here. It is time for